Hey everyone, it's Miss Olson and I wanted to show you how to roll out a slab at home with maybe not all the materials that we might have at school. Our project right now is a template slab box, and you need a piece that's about the size of a piece of paper because we're going to be using these templates. You get to choose. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, I'm out of the picture right now because I want to do a close-up on this area here. And one of the things I did is I cut up an old sheet. I don't know if your mom, dad, somebody at home has an old, maybe a pillowcase or something. That would be a good size. And I put that down. That way it doesn't stick to the plastic. It could stick to a glass tabletop or a Formica tabletop. So rolling really presses the clay down. I've got a pretty big piece of clay and I need to get it started. I don't want to start the rolling process until the very end. So for the most part, I'm going to push it with my hand and try to get it close to our 1/4 of an inch. I really like actually the method of rolling it with a rolling pin because I feel very in control. So I can just kind of pick it up and move it the direction that I want. The sticks that we have at school are 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to, instead of using a 1/4 of an inch sticks, I'm going to use a pencil. Well, actually several pencils. Maybe your pencils, you don't have a super long 1/4 of a stick one, but I think 2 pencils will sort of work right here, like that. And I'm going to grab out my rolling pin. My rolling pin, hopefully you can get one of these at home, or you could try and find something long like a wine bottle or some sort of really nice round something that is very smooth. Now I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to push forward and then in the middle again and push backwards. And then I'm going to move my pencils, pick this up, may have stuck a little bit. Try and get that wrinkle out. And I'm going to try and do this again. It may be wider than my rolling pin now, and now I need to be careful to stay kind of up on it a little bit. So this is how you can roll a perfect 1/4 inch slab, even though we don't have even though we don't have a slab roller at home and all of that stuff, you can still do this at home. Now, here is my square, and all I have to do is cut that out, find a nice place for it, and then I'm going to do that next. So I cut it out. Here it is. Now our ones at school are laminated. These ones are not, and because you're printing them at home, you only need to use them once. So use them somewhat quickly because mine's already beginning to get kind of wet. And I have a credit card right here. I'm just going to trace with my credit card because I find it a little bit easier than the needle tool. The needle tool is sometimes a little sharp. And I'm just going to trace this. I'm going to put all the extra back in the bag to use for another project. Okay? Alright, it's traced. I'm lifting up. And now I'm going to just use my credit card right here and make a little mark I'm not digging in. I'm just sort of making a mark for the fold line. Just kind of, see, that was too much. It just kind of gives the clay a little place to know where to go. And I'm going to bend these up. And then I'm going to join them together. Slipping and scoring is good. This clay is super soft, so I might just be able to join it on the outside. I don't know how your clay is, but if it's really nice and soft, you have two choices for putting something together. You can either smash it together like we did for the coil pot, or this particular corner right here, or you can slip and score. I'm gonna lift this up and turn it around and show you how to slip and score. So again, I have some slip right here. I can score this. I can score this area over here. And then push the two together. And I'm also really kind of smashing it together too. Okay. All right, so I have two more corners to go to make my little square box. I made one last year. I found I used it a lot, so I'm gonna make myself another one. The next thing that you guys need to work on after you get your box together is getting the 7 elements of design of art on there, the elements of art, and be able to explain them. There are 2 that are, you're just going to have to talk about them because you can't do the color right now, and the value also tends to happen with the color area. So just leave a space for that. What I did on mine was I did myself a color wheel and played with orange and blue. I added a little white to the blue. I added some black to the blue. It doesn't change a lot but in ceramics, but we can still play with it. So that's it, and have fun making your little template box. So I wanted to show you the 7 elements of art that I put on. I'm going to start with the first 2, and that is line and shape. I have lines here that I created to that I used to create the square. I also have some dotted lines, and even my name is made up of lines. The whole thing is form technically, but I want you to think about other types of forms. So I put a little bird up here as my form. You could put something down inside. Value and color, those are the 2 that are a little more tricky, and you just sort of have to make a plan for them until we can get into the room and glaze. So I have blue and I have orange, and I did just regular orange. I did one with a little white added to it, one with a little black added to it. Didn't make all that much difference, but I didn't know for quite a while because of the long time it takes to get a result in the firings. Space, I've got a round space, inside space, but I also made a little bit of space right here in the little birdhouse. I sort of made a door. And then texture, wow, it's everywhere. I pinched on my edges. I have a whole side right here that is texture. So that's my 7. Now it's your turn. You get to go and create your box and then create your 7 elements of art. What can you do? Show me off. Okay, I know you guys do better work than me, so go get creative. See you soon.